Hello and welcome to my reading of the very first book I am about to release soon. 50 Shades of Earl Grey, an erotic novel of a day in the life of a tea drinker. Let me begin by reading you the first passage. I remember awakening one day to see my wife first thing in the morning. As she rolled over, first thing I remember saying was, "Nah! Hello dear, fancy a cup of tea?" So, as I quickly run downstairs in my one-size-fits-all pyjamas, as my wife wakes from her dazed and confused state. Sure, she's great in the bedroom, but damn it all if she doesn't snore like a bloody walrus with a block nose. I still remember the first time we met. It was outside Cafe Sip and Tip. Worst tea in the country, I swear. But it was the only place where you can get a cup of tea and a copy of Playboy to help forget about the taste of the tea. So there I was, stirring my tea with my enormous, erect, throbbing spoon. I have a strange spoon collection, all right? So there I am, reading Playboy, for the articles, of course. And there she is, sat on the other side of the room. She caught my eye immediately, when she sucked the cream filling right out of that chocolate eclair and left it empty inside. I thought, my God, she has the suction of a twin Dyson Cyclone Hoover. So I go over to her, ask her to come back to my place for a good cup of tea. And let me tell you, I put my spoon in that cup many a time that night. Yes, indeed, the kettle was boiling. Her temperature was rising. My spoon collection was rattling on the wall. All you could hear all night was, "For God's sake, take the bag out and stop adding sugar. It smells like a sweet shop in here, for tea's sake." And now, look at us. 5 years later, and I scream in terror every time I wake up next to her. Oh, well, the passion's still there. Well, last night we had a cup of Earl Grey tea before the weather at 9. And that was it. She was all over me like a cheap suit from Primark. And I look at her and say, "But what about the cat? He's watching us." To which she replies, "Let him watch a real pussy in action." Now the poor thing won't close its eyes through fear of what it saw last night. All you could hear was, "Left a bit, right a bit. Don't spill my tea. Almost there. No, you've lost it. Forget it all. We'll try again tomorrow." It's like putting up a bloody shelving unit, for tea's sake. I have to take Viagra like bloody Smarties to please that woman. Now, it's not like that's a problem or anything. It's just the first thing in the morning. I'm banging into things, knocking things off their units, and I can't pay for an hour, I swear. One day I had friction burns down there for about a week. So, back to today. I'm pouring our cups of Earl Grey tea as my wife comes down in her dressing gown. She sits down with a paper and sloughs my ass with it, and shouts, "Yah! I need tea now. 3 sugars, no milk." I feel like a slave with benefits. As I pour the 2 cups of tea and place them on the table, I notice that my wife is reading the paper in print on my arse, from when she hit me and says, "Right, clench up, otherwise this story's got a weird twist in the middle." So, as she's reading my arse, I whip out my enormous dong, dip it in her tea and start stirring the cup. Then she looks up to me. She says jokingly, "Ah, the joke's on you, that's not my cup of tea. You're stirring." To which I reply, "I thought I couldn't taste any sugar in this cup, and it was rather creamy, or was that me? I don't really know." End of Chapter 1. Tune in next time for another exciting episode and chapter of 50 Shades of Earl Grey. But first, a quick message from our sponsor, Ragnar's Irish Cider. I remember my first Ragnar's. That's 3 days of my life I'm not getting back through hypnotherapy, I'll tell you that right now. Hello there, Ragnar here from Ragnar's Irish Cider. Founded about a year ago, I only take the finest, ripest apples, squeeze the living hell out of it until it sheds its mortal coil, drains its soul, juicy goodness into a vat of crushed dreams and tears, brewed for several hours until finally entering the bottling procedure, done all by minorities to get every last drop of hope in the bottle. Then, when you crack open a Ragnar's and head back a few, you then start thinking that a Siamese cat is actually your wife's submarine, and you get arrested for animal cruelty, spend 3 days in jail waiting for bail, and getting your name put on a registered sex offenders list. Sorry, I've gone so wrong, sorry about that. Well, either way, remember, drink Ragnar's Irish Cider, and forget who you are for at least 2 days. It's fun, apparently. Hell, I can't remember the last time I actually had a memory. 'Cause I drink Ragnar's Irish Cider. Goodbye! I hope you enjoyed.